All right, everyone, welcome to a recorded game stream of a tournament that's almost done. The semifinals are just played. It's the Metaplays Wisdom of Thoth tournament. If you might remember, maybe like a month ago, I was playing in it and not winning. I won't say losing, I was just not winning. Um, and now it's gone all the way to the semifinals. So I am going to cast the semifinals along with my old online buddy Ryfang, who should be here.
I am here making a reappearance after a bit of an absence,
You've been
but
gone
good
for
to
a
be back.
while, so we are going to go through this series between Nullus and Suppe, two of the better players that have been playing lately. Nullus has really come a long way in the last like 2 years. Like there was a time where I was better than him, like 2 or 3 years ago, and now he's on the top of tournaments, and I just try to show up and have a little fun and that's about it. And Soup has been playing a mean Norse lately, so now I have to figure out where it is. So, all right, quarter game one. You guys should be able to see the game, right? Yep, should be able to hear Ryfang, and
Yep,
we are just gonna get right in. You can see the game, right, Ryfang?
yep.
Okay.
Recorded game one.
All right, let's go into this.
Soup himself hasn't been back too long, maybe 2 years or so himself, or maybe he came back during the pandemic like me as well. So
Yes. Hmm.
he's needed, obviously, like everybody who plays this game, a little time to get used to the new meta, especially with all the balance patches that
Yep.
have come out over the years. So not only has Nullus improved a lot over the last 2 years, but Soup as well as he's gotten back
Yeah.
into the swing of things.
Yep, and speaking of Nullus, we are looking at him playing Oranos to start off this first game, which was preset as Alfheim. Um, so Alfheim coming in, Oranos is a pretty standard pick on it, and he's up against Soup playing Hades. Not a Greek player by trade, but Greek, if any, I suppose, and you probably agree with me. If there's any like civilization where you can kind of switch from your main and play and do well, Greek is kind of it because Greek's kind of basic. Um, maybe you have a
Greek,
disagreement.
Greek is kind of just good at everything, but maybe it doesn't have the super aggression of Norris or the unit spam of Atlantean, but
Hmm.
Greek's just got a nice mix of things going to it, or it doesn't have to play super passive like Egyptian, so
Yeah,
I guess it's kind of neutral in the styles of play.
yeah. So Nullus used to be like an Oranos mono player, and switched over. We talked about switching over to Greek. He has switched over to Greek, and that has kind of catapulted him from like a really good Oranos player to like one of the current best players. So he's back to kind of his old faithful Oranos on Alfheim against Hades. Hades has kind of become the popular Greek to play. You talk about basic and safe. That's kind of Hades on pretty much every map now. And Hades isn't going to be flashy. No awesome plays, but Hades just really doesn't have like a weakness. Just so defensive, so protected, so consistent.
Honestly, I think the Hades in this matchup/map should almost win every time if they play it correctly. It's kind of just a good defensive map. They can sit back, and if they play things correctly, I don't think the Oranos can really win late, which is how it's going to go.
Yeah. One thing to look at is the hunt amounts, because it's typically the Oranos will take early map control. And so we've got our, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pack of deer. And a 2, maybe 3 pack of elk. So this is, Alfheim's kind of notorious for like your low hunt maps, and it looks like it has become a very low hunt map, which doesn't really, yeah, Hades isn't really sad about that because Hades would likely get pushed off of map control anyway.
What's the tower placement look like for the Hades? Oh, he does use Did he just cast Sentinels, or were they
He
already
just
down
did.
to start?
Nope, just
Okay.
use Sentinels. So Nope.
I was debating if he'd go for like a 2 TC,
This
like try to get greedy and go 2 TC, or try to just stay 1 TC and hit a timing, and I think that kind of answers the question.
this one sentinel here, this might really be annoying. I
mean,
think
you can micro your vills into that gap further, and then I think you'll be okay. Still,
I
you
don't
don't have
know.
that many. You don't have that many vills on gold this early in the game, so
Oh
I mean,
man.
if he doesn't adjust them, but if he adjusts them, I think he'll be fine.
So what you could do is, if you wanted to kind of fix this, you can like put one tap on a building foundation, and that would push the sentinel further out. So yeah, he's gonna have to take a little bit of care here. As far as gameplay here, typically what you're gonna see is a typical 430, yep, 430 advance is what we see from the Oranos, and then just like maybe up to an early 10 units to raid, and then into town centers. Your Hades would probably also try to take an early town center. Now you talked about how Hades in this matchup is pretty good and pretty defensive, and maybe better than Oranos in a head-to-head. But what I'm looking at here is this town center does not protect a gold mine very well. I mean, I guess he could kind of wall this off, so potentially, and he is grabbing this town center, but
I'm a little surprised that he used the sentinels on his base if he's grabbing that TC. I would
yeah,
have, if his plan was to go 2 TC from the start, I think you're much better off using the sentinels on the second TC, because otherwise the Oranos can just TC dive it.
right. And yeah, Tito, that's kind of what I was saying. Where the gold spawns kind of will depend what will make the matchup here. This gold mine is pretty defensive as well, but this is a harder town center to grab. It's pretty far forward, so I agree with grabbing this one since it's so close. This gold mine, it's close. It could be better, but it could be worse.
You could have 2 sentinels like defending the main wall area if he had used sentinels there, and then
right. You'd miss out on the sentinel here for sure. You would get the one here. The one here would probably it'd find a place to spawn in the forest. Meanwhile, we've got double counter barracks. So counter barracks. What's your opinion on that?
There's not really going to be. I don't mind it on this situation because there's not going to be a lot of fights in the middle of the map where you're going to be like fighting the heroes or need them to knock off stuff. You're kind of just going to be harassing with the ranged units trying to force idle time at this point in the game.
Because yeah, the standard would be barracks, which is for Mirmillo, counter barracks, but we've got double Terma here, which there's a thought process behind it.
Actually, I do kind of like it because yeah, I don't see the Murmillo getting in and doing much damage here, so I think the Terma for the extra range to harass is the wiser pick.
Yeah, and not a lot of hunt either. We see just a little bit of pick damage on the heroes there. Chiron is Chiron's tough though, because he will hit all of his shots.
I think Nullus is...
What do you think?
I'm a little concerned Nullus is going too heavy Terma instead of taking a second TC.
He just killed a farm there, though, with a, I don't know, would that refund resources, depending on how farms get killed? I think there's a way to insta-kill them and no resources get refunded, and that might have happened there, which not a big. Yeah, you think maybe too many? Well, it looks like he's stopped now. Yep, and he's grabbing his town center. So if you're an Oranos player and you're trying to figure out what you need to do to win on like maps like this is what you do. You don't over commit to an army. This is about the perfect amount, and then you grab town centers behind it. What do you think about the lack of walling from Suppe?
I mean, especially when he's going pure Terma, like if he's going to lose a vill or two here, that's completely unforced vill losses there.
You got it. Yeah, see, I'm thinking that this is an easy wall here to protect this corner of the base, and certainly should have done that, but these Terma are getting pushed in. Oh, they got a way out. Okay, we got the scout over here. You really don't want to lose these heroes, though, before you have a big attack, because you want to have restoration. And he's lost Ajax.
That's a fight he didn't need to take.
Yeah, there really was no point. now he's got to retrain Ajax, which is a villager.
I mean, the good news here for Suppe is, though, his second TC, which is most vulnerable to harassment, has been untouched for a while now. So at least he's got that going.
And then we've got the 3 town center grab here. So Nullus is deciding that sometimes what you'll see from Oranos in these matchups is you'll see a second town center and then full army after that, and then kind of the third town center maybe comes afterwards. But he's going into just double town center right away, and I think that is the right play here.
Oh, 100% the right play, because Suppe's got nothing to threaten with. He's got the 2 heroes, and that's it. He's going pure eco and has been going pure eco, so...
Yeah, again, the lack of a wall here, and it's going to force a lot of idle time, and a villager dead, and we'll get out now with only losing 1 turn. I think he probably could have stayed
still
in.
3 villagers that he's lost for, like, nothing.
And yes, the question in chat is, repeat gods allowed? The answer is no. So you know with a win. So whoever wins this cannot reuse their god that they picked. But if
This
you lose,
is best of 3?
5. 5, I believe. I could actually be wrong. I think it is a best of 5. Best of 7. That gets long. What are we looking for eco upgrades? We've got first line for him. Ooh, no pickaxe yet for Nullus. Nullus is behind on the scorecard. Well, now he'll go ahead with this third town center. It's best of 7. Oh, so that's more than I anticipated. All right. Well, that's cool.
Despite the 3 unforced Vil losses, I still think Suppe's ahead here because of just grabbing the second TC that much sooner and only losing 3 Vils. Hasn't really had that much idle time, so obviously Nullus is now trying to catch up with the 3 TC approach though.
Nullus is, well, right now they're about equal in citizen villagers because it's about 3 early on. Well, the thing here, though, is Suppe, I don't see him ever getting his other town center.
He doesn't need it, though. That's the thing about Hades and situations like that. You kind of just need a turtle and hit Mythic and then hit a Underworld Earthquake timing, and it's kind of GG, especially if you can get the Myth units out and spam those, because those just efficiently wreck Atlantean players.
But what I see happening here is I can see Nullus flooding whatever gold mine gets used and preventing that Mythic from coming. And oh, Shockwave just said, whoa, he got 3 mils over the tree line. Nice. I thought they were so safe. Oh, that's 4. 5? Oh, you gotta finish these. Got it? Okay. That was 4 villagers that got launched over the tree line. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I see there's going to be a very important timing here for Nullus where he can push in on one of these gold mines. I love this play, this forward build and the walling off from this side of the gold, because if you can get this wall up, it basically means that Nullus just will need to pressure either this gold mine or the most natural secondary gold mine will be this one, and then he doesn't have to worry about having to switch sides. So this is really good by Nullus. You would see typically a Norse doing this, or maybe a Greek. You don't often see an Atlantean do it, but it's still just as valuable for an Atlantean.
I wish I saw it from the Norse I was watching last night.
We're talking about this series, and we're in game 1 of our semifinal, which is a best of 7, not a best of 5, apparently. And
where is Suppe going? There's no reason to be venturing out of his base there.
Yeah,
you've got half the military numbers, so where is he going?
Suppe's economy?
I wonder if the pathing got blocked by his own buildings or something, and it was a misclick.
But yeah, it is a little bit unusual.
He still hasn't full walled that gold either. I'd like to see a full wall of that gold and Tox out at this point to help defend. I also would have liked to see him chip away at that gold mine occasionally a bit, because
Nullus can take this. Don't run, just fight. There you go, fight this. But we have Curse though. Ooh, that'll force out the retreat. Okay, so Curse is out. Yeah, Soup's got to be thinking just try to stabilize and get to Mythic, and then like either an Earthquake. Oh, they got stuck. You got to remove them.
Yeah, those are units getting lost for nothing for Nullus right there.
Well,
it's like a couple hundred resources just. So this is the thing now. You get the.
yeah.
Although no Underworld, I'm kind of.
Yeah, the Underworld
I still
kind
think
of.
I would have liked Underworld here.
Probably. It depends on. Wow, this is some good counter pressure here, though. For Nullus. Nullus isn't quite at his population max right now. That curse has kind of kept him from reaching full. And now he's taking a bad fight here. Nullus is. And the Terma really kind of lose their value once the Hippocon get upgraded, because like one Hippocon can keep like 10 Terma busy for like 20 seconds. He'll never kill it. And oh, a 4th town center grab. That's greedy, but will Soup notice? Like legit, all you would have to do is send one unit down, and there's no house to hide in. But I don't know if he's gonna anticipate or even check that.
I don't know if I love the unit trades here from the Hades player. I think the Atlantean's got the stronger eco at this point in the game, and any sort of unit trades is...
Yeah, I agree. I think Soup has kind of accomplished what he needed, which is to stabilize. Now he can go up Mythic, and an Earthquake would completely flatten this entire base. The problem for him right now is his economy is a little bit off. He's got 1,500 wood in the bank, and he doesn't need 1,500 wood. He has the 2nd mining upgrade. But yeah, this isn't probably a fight that he should take. And I also noticed from Soup's line of sight, he does not know where his 3rd town center is. And I don't know if one Chiron here is enough to deal with all these birds, but as long as Chiron doesn't get attacked, I guess he's okay.
I just don't like this fight for the Hades. Your power spike is Mythic. Just sit back on your full pop army and jump Mythic. You don't need to or want to be taking this fight in Heroic, especially when you're down 3 TCs to 2 and at a pop disadvantage.
And now he has no heroes, so the birds are just gonna rain down terror. Like B-52 bombers just taking everything. Oh, look what happened down here. Soup did not know the wall was here, so he sent his villagers to come down to this gold mine, and they walked all the way around.
Soup was in a decent spot. I don't know why he didn't have any units monitoring his 3rd TC. Like you said, just one bill
where it was.
with no protection took it for free. Like that could have easily been denied by Soup, especially once he got the hip advantage.
And now Soup is kind of just losing units here in a he's never going to win this fight. And he's going to slowly get pushed back. And yeah, there's a certain timing where the 4th town center, it's a little bit greedy if, like in this situation, the Hades would go for like an early Mythic timing, where you wouldn't get a lot of value out of your 4th town center, and you'd just be behind in age. But now he's just kind of...
The Earthquake followed by a push with Resto is just like pretty much GG, especially then once you have the myth units running wild. That's what Soup kind of should have been going for. Instead, he just kind of pushed into the TC, down 3 TCs to 2, which you're not going to push into an Atlantean's TC when you're down on pop.
Yeah, here's Earthquake, but probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes maybe, too slow.
He's kind of lost his whole army twice, so he's behind on tech.
Yeah, he doesn't have very good upgrades on his army. Like, he's behind on tech. Heavy Arcus here. No armory upgrades, and some armory upgrades. We even got this Toothed Arrows is nice. But yeah, the Earthquake will flatten all of this, and that's so big. Well, you stop... I can't pronounce your name, I'm sorry. You stop this by not fighting it. The Arcus are a bit immobile. 4 speed really doesn't need to fight it. just fall back because
Not
he's,
mythic in your myth units, then the Arcus ball just dies to the
yeah,
Chimeras.
get two Chimera and the Arcus are gone because they have really low hit points. 72 is not much, and not much hack armor either for that special from the Chimera. But yeah, Suppe just a few. The initial push pressure was good, but just kept it up just a little too long. And he's going to have to get a ton of immediate value and continued value out of the earthquake that is almost up. We're what, 99, 100%. So here's the earthquake. We do have masons.
Such a strong god power.
It is so strong. Wow, it barely actually got that town center before it stopped doing damage.
There go the Arcus.
Yep, gotta finish this bird off though. Yeah, you get one more Chimera. Oh no, you can't lose it like
Don't lose
this.
health. It's so strong because the Arcus can't hit it.
I like the spread here, but yeah, now this is where this timing switches.
Imagine
completely.
if he hit this timing 5 minutes ago.
Ooh, well, 5 minutes would maybe be a little optimistic. Oh, nice special here. But yeah,
Did he make a second one?
He's not training yet, and he's losing it now. Oh, you don't want to lose it just like that.
And you should be making a second one right away too, because it's just so strong.
Yeah, you only want to use your Chimera for their special. You run them in, run them out. Once they use it, you get it out. But still, you can see here the question: how do you deal with the Arcus ball? Well, it's disappeared here pretty considerably, and we can see how much the score lead has just completely flopped.
Nullus hasn't started rebuilding that TC either, so
Just
that's
started.
huge. Because
Yeah,
if Suppe gets the upper hand here, he can push in and deny the TC, and all of a sudden Suppe's back in this. Early trade from Nullus too. Like I don't
Yeah.
think you want to be making trade caravans as a
No.
4 TC Atlantean at this point in the game.
No, because it just slows down your mythic. And he's got to get on this town center and keep it from going up, but keep up the pressure here. Just get the villager. It's right there. Kill the vill. And we desperately need another Chimera. Desperately need it. I don't know if he's quite gonna have. I don't know if Nullus or if Suppe's gonna quite have to push through this.
He's pop capped.
Yeah,
He kind
at
of needed a
130.
quick fortify TC.
Oh, he has a lot of units down here. Yeah, he just doesn't have a lot of units, and the ones he does have aren't. I mean, we're working with medium Hippicon and medium Toxote. And only 16 gold in the bank, and he doesn't have. He's only got 700 gold left on that gold mine, and Nullus has done a fantastic job of walling Suppe off from the rest of the map, and I'm starting to think that our little timing window that we had is kind of come and gone for Suppe. No second Chimera.
This is where Underworld is so much better than Curse, because after that earthquake, you can Underworld right on top, and Suppe could have claimed the tree. He could have easily reinforced without the walk distance, and he could have put counter pressure on by having Zoneville start to rebuild that TC.
He was trying to get at this town center. Though down, so he tried. Oh, ha ha ha! Fail wall. I like it. I'm not a fan of these walls, so I like it when they don't work. There's enough room for these Cantarius to slide past, so. It serves you right.
You usually don't see the Gastrofidi raids this early.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Mainly 'cause they're
resources.
So
Great.
expensive, and their damage isn't that high without the upgrades.
You at least need. I always get it mixed up. Burning pitch. No, yeah, burning pitch for them to work. And this town center is back up. And again, it's just going to be Suppe probably won't be able to win the full pop fights. Doing good so far, actually.
Okay, Nullus finally just got fortified TCs. Now
Oh,
the
wow,
pop
180.
advantage gets even more brutal.
So Nullus is look like he is all in on the heroic age here. He's got a lot of Arcus down here. This is
Kind of a sloppy game from both sides, to be honest.
this is 10 Arcus. This is 20. This is a whole town center of population right here that aren't really doing anything. But I don't know where Suppe is going with this army when he's getting pressured on this gold mine. This is a peculiar army movement. Down to the bottom here. Alright, we got Perseus for all of the dryads. I guess there are villagers here. If the question is, can he hold this position? I mean, he's lost a ton of villagers, so it kind of becomes even. And now all these Arcus that were in the wrong spot now all of a sudden have some value. But I mean, he's getting on the trade route.
I think Suppe's managed his eco pretty good this game, but it's just he needed to use his god powers and timings to get back even on TCs, and he failed to do that, and now that's gonna do him in.
Yeah, I just don't know. There's a few low hit point citizens here. Get the other one.
Nullus has so much trade for this stage in the game. Like, Atlanteans never have this much trade this early, so I don't think the gold denial is gonna be a winning strat for Suppe.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of need that gold in order to fund 180 population.
Nullus is gold starved at the moment, and he must have lost a manor because he's down to 160 pop.
I think he's just rebuilding it down here. But that was better for Suppe than I thought it'd be. I was a little bit worried he'd get pushed off with his gold mine here. But it's just, will Suppe ever be able to take a town center down? He has actually a pretty good opportunity down here if he rebuilds his walls. The Gastraphides right here, once they get upgraded, can range this town center and probably be pretty safe. Just getting the upgrades, it's gonna take some time.
This is the one interesting thing about Suppe's. I'll wait for you to come back, but the army size, 180 pop versus. Nullus is taking a really good fight here just from the population advantage.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where once they're Suppe just can't fight head up. He has to try to get some sort of.
You need it. Raid and buildings are the two ways to come back when you're down. Pop 4 TCs to 2. Taking a just standard unit versus unit fight like Suppe just did there is not a win condition in this situation.
The Petrobolus is also not the unit to make. The Heliopolis, yes. The Petrobolus, no. Just there it goes. It gets one volley off, and that's it. And now Suppe with the optimistic score lead, but the losing position. He's got the chemo style market here.
I'm on Discord, Cameron.
And I think the end is nigh here for Suppe now. He's getting squeezed. Population has fallen all the way down to 1, 13, 16, 14. Villagers off the gold mine. He does have a trade route, but it's not good. 37 doesn't even have the upgrade. And yeah, just a slow push. And once Nullus gets mythic, which he'll be able to get mythic now at this point, he's kind of stabilized everywhere. I mean, he's got a god power still to use. He'll have fanatics then. I mean, he doesn't even need mythic. Kind of weird to see a heroic age Atlantean take it to a mythic age Greek.
Well, this is Suppe's style. one thing he always does is he just smacks his opponent in the face from 5 minutes in and just keeps smacking him nonstop. Like, that's kind of his unique style of play, and it works and makes for entertaining games. But I don't know if doing it against an Atlantean when you're down 4 TCs to 2 is the way to go.
I gotta go for that timing. And there certainly was a window for it.
If he just skipped that first fight where he lost all his units pushing the 3rd TC and Nullus and Heroic instead of jumping, if he jumped Mythic, Earthquake, and then pushed, I think Soup easily just wins this game.
Yeah, with Resto behind it. It would have been close because of how easily Nullus got that 3rd town center, but yeah, certainly there would be an advantage there. If, I mean, we're talking hypotheticals here, but if it would have happened that way, it would have looked pretty good for Soup.
Because the other thing the Earthquake does is it killed like 4 or 5 production buildings as well as the TC, so pushing when all the production was down would have resulted in Stoop getting some pretty good trades as well.
Now this is where he Stoop just keeps sending in units kind of one at a time, and they just keep dying to the massive army that Nullus has got going, and that's it. GG. So game 1 goes to Nullus, and like kind of said at the beginning, your Hades games aren't super spicy, not flashy, kind of basic, and had a chance.
It's all timings and god powers, and it's just like a Norris main who plays Norris 90% of the time, going to Greek and not having the timings down like a Greek expert would have. So
economy pretty close, a little bit down. That's, I would say, to be expected, given the little bit of early pressure that Nullus put on. But yeah, certainly there was the opportunity. It was kind of this time frame here. Like if we cut off this period to about a minute and a half of this, your 2 bad fights here where use restoration but still lose your army, kind of lose it again, and then get to Mythic, and then use Earthquake, and you can see this huge dip after this fight here.
Seriously, push that dip up like a minute and a half sooner, and it's GG Soup.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, the forward walls were pretty good there, as well. But let's thing I'm going to do here quick is get my scroll speed down so it's not as jarring to scroll, and I will get our second game of the series here. So again, no repeat gods, so we won't have to see Nullus playing Oranos again, and I don't think we're going to see Soup playing Oranos. So for all you Atlantean haters out there, the rest of the series should be a little bit better for you. So let's give Nullus his game 1 victory. Get the overlay. I will grab the next recording.
A little disappointed we didn't get to see Soup's Norris against Oranos, because I think Loki and Odin can match up decently against Oranos.
Yeah, I think he was. I would guess his mindset was
not on this map though, so I guess that's the problem. It was a set map, so
yeah, that
and not a good Norris map.
Was known going in, so. All right, recorded game 2. Hopefully there are no gaps in these recorded games, because that could make it a little bit awkward. Oh, I'm gonna have to redo my thing for you, aren't I? Am I not? All right, we're loading it back up, getting into game number 2. And share my screen again because I closed it like a dummy. Gotta make it Windows mode. And so next game, so the way the rules are then is that Soup will pick the map. Loser picks the next map, from my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong. We will move on to game number to. I don't think there's any map vetoes or anything, so probably will see a nice Norse map.
So what is the go-to Norse map? Marsh or Tundra?
And let's go. Yeah, Suppe did have a decent Ra. His Ra was pretty much just the one town center fast into heroic. It's a bit of a antiquated strategy, though. All right, game number
Called it.
2. Oh, we are seeing another Atlantean. Kronos.
This should be a
Nullus.
Suppe domination. The
I agree.
Odin Ulfs versus the slow Kronos units.
I agree.
mean, if Suppe doesn't win this, I'm gonna be shocked.
I agree with that. So we've got Suppe on the right, blue color. He's our loser of game number 1. He's gone to his trusty Odin on Tundra. We have Nullus picking Kronos. In my opinion, and it sounds like Ryfing agrees, this is basically a throne game by Nullus. I feel like the Kronos into Odin is a very, very, very bad matchup for the Kronos. Just can't do anything, really.
It was kind of an unforced pick too, because if you want to do the Kronos is so good against Norris on water maps. Why didn't you just save the Kronos for your pick and go water against Norris, and then you can just absolutely destroy them with the dock deconstruction?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, he could still pick Kronos if he loses, but yeah, if I'm Nullus here, I would pick something like Zeus. That would give you a pretty good chance to get Odin. You ought to lose games if you win by picking Addy. Yeah, but yeah, so the question is, or maybe not the question, but the topic is, what makes Kronos so bad against Odin?
The slow units versus the really fast Ulfs.
So what we've seen lately is that even Oranos struggles against Odin, and it's because those Ulfsarks just beat everything. Ulfsarks trade pretty evenly with the Murmillo. Ulfsarks destroy Terma. Ulfsarks, and we're talking Odin Ulfsarks with the extra speed, they also beat Kiro Ballista as well, because the big thing is the technology. Odin's technology, I'm trying to find it. Plus 10% Ulfsark movement speed. Seems pretty simple. Seems like, well, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that the 10% gives the Ulfsark over 5 speed. And once you hit that magical 5 speed, you dodge arrows from almost every ranged unit in the game. And so that allows the Ulfsark to close in on the Kiro Ballista without taking any damage. Close in on the Terma without getting any damage. Oranos has a fighting chance because Oranos can match that speed with almost as fast Murmillo. Oranos can still fly around the map.
Shockwave is also
Shockwave
absolutely
is good.
huge in winning and taking the first few fights. That can be a game changer. So,
but Kronos, slower units, I mean, has faster Kiro Ballista, but that doesn't really matter. No matter how fast they are, they still can't damage Ulfsarks. A little bit better myth units, which that is kind of Odin's weakness, is early myth units. But you can't get enough Prometheans to fight the way you need to. There's almost a world where going Leto against Odin would maybe work. Temple too far forward. Read this one. I'm not a fan though of Suppe going forward like this. At this point, he's eaten this. He really should just be more safe now and get all of his hunt in his base. Because if Nullus were proper, well, maybe not proper, but if Nullus kind of got lucky with his positioning and had the oracles here right away and ready, Which, oh, they are ready. He's gonna
He's
stop
gonna
this.
force some
Yeah.
idle time. This is actually as good of a start as you could hope for if you're Nullus.
Oh, don't get the ox cart. Get the vills. Get the vills. Oh, we have a deconstruct on the temple.
Does he have the tech on the oracles?
He does have focus. It's the tech. Did not kill any vills. So this, what do you get? 70 damage in on the ox cart that could have
No,
been.
this is a lot of unforced gathering time
It
that's
is.
gonna slow down the amount of ults that come out early in their
It
ult
is.
pressure. So that's actually,
Yeah. Should have.
and like you said,
killed
Soup
two
could have
vills.
just gone to his safe hunt and gotten ults out, and then those oracles would be useless and have nothing to attack.
Right. Yeah.
He
That
kind of gave them a target when they would have had no target.
Correct. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. Is like, in that situation, you've already got your forward hunt. You have all of this hunt in your base. Going to the next forward hunt really is just way too much risk for not enough reward. And now he's where he should be, just slow down.
Because the second you get the first couple ults out, all of a sudden the map control's in your favor because those Term aren't going to be able to do anything against the Odin upgraded ults.
Ooh, he did lose his temple. He didn't get his Valk. That's big.
He built it in the front of his base too, which
Yeah, you would try to put it behind, or you would build two, which then you lose out if he doesn't deconstruct it. Yeah, this is as good of a start as you could have for the Kronos here. Forced all this idle time. The only thing that Nullus kind of missed out on was, instead of 70 damage and 2 wounded villagers, this could have been 2 dead villagers. And the difference, that's
that
would
gold
be
is also
significant.
not in a great spot for Soup. This is because the problem for Soup is he's behind, so now all of a sudden, instead of having the whole map control and speed advantage, which is Odin's advantage here, Nullus is closing in and gonna camp his gold, which will force Soup to fight head on instead of using the speed advantage. So
This is a terrible longhouse spot. He's gonna get units stuck in here. Yeah, this gold could be a problem. This Nullus might make us eat our words about Kronos having no chance, but I'm still gonna say a properly played Odin shouldn't lose to a Kronos, and really it's just right now is that mistake early, going where he didn't need to go. This is gonna force a response now. Nullus should not be going back with all of his army. Like, what? There we go. You know you pushed him off to this gold. You have to know he's down here. So, okay, very good. I was a little worried he was going to overreact to the raiding RC. Is RC a good idea? I don't think so. I would rather it just be pure Ulfsarks. And now the Ulfsark spam is coming out. We have 3 Promethean and only 2 Hersier. At this point, Soup, I don't think you fight this. I think you run back to your gold and try to get just a little bit more Ulfsarks. The question is, he does have Lone Wander. Okay. The raiding cav are going to try to find, okay, the villager is over here. This is an important fight. You gotta watch what the Hersier do.
I don't think you want to be taking this as Soup because you've got only so much food to make ulfs, and one of the benefits of the ulfs is they literally can't be killed. And here you're losing all your ulfs in just a unit trade, which
Yeah, the Hersier is... One Hersier died, the other one took a long walk around the longhouse. We still have the Promethean standing here. The RC are going to come back around, but we don't have no Hersier right now. But yeah, these Terma just become so almost useless in these fights. They're just so slow. They can't get on these throwing axemen, but they're slow. Wait, this is close here. We need to have another Hersier though. No, actually, this isn't bad to have this axe cart taking damage like this. I mean, we've got the axe cart is completely taken a Promethean out of it, and yeah, this is. I think in the end, Soup might clean this up. We need. No, maybe not.
Another
That
Promethean
that
just
Promethean
popped
is
out.
big. He Construct on the longhouse.
That stops the reinforcements.
The Soup needs to get out now.
Ox is gone, so now Soup's got no gold to trickle in and continue reinforcements.
Get out. Wow. Wow.
He's just going for that hunt. He didn't get else out because he had his food idled for unforced reasons, and that caused him to fall behind on units, and then Nullus camps the gold and forces fights and doesn't let the Odin use his speed advantage to raid and force the Kronos to chase, so just that one hunt decision literally changed the game.
I'm having a little hard time hearing you. I don't know if you moved your mic. Yeah, I mean, they make these Nullus just made us eat our words when we said that Kronos is not a good pick into Odin. Maybe it is, but I still think this is more of a showcase of mistakes by Soup. Didn't get his Valk out of his temple. Maybe get your temple all the way back against the wall and it's okay. Went to this hunt and it was not a good idea. Wasted a lot of time. Let's see. So we're gonna go into resources, food, total. Kind of hard to tell, but you can just see we had the idle time moving, and then
he probably missed out on hundreds of food, which is what could have gotten several ulfs out much sooner.
Yeah, I think. But well played to Nullus. That was good pressure. Because Soup just never had the opportunity to do any real raids. I mean, he got those 4 raiding cavalry, but nothing beyond it. Never even cast Forest Fire. No Valkyrie. Just a bit of a train wreck of a game there. Yeah, didn't even make 10 minutes. I tell you what, Kronos, if you want to beat Odin, pick Kronos. Just will demolish every time. So, wow, we've got Nullus winning the first 2 games here. And we need to not be spoiled as I try to get to the next games. And download rec. And there we go. And we could move on to game number 3. So that was one, if I'm Soup, I would certainly want back.
What I don't get also is Soup's such a Norseman. I'm pretty sure he knows all the build orders and stuff. And doesn't Odin have like 4-minute or 4:30 classical times that it can hit now to get his Valk out for certain and be able to have the heroes out to defend that early pressure and protect his hunt potentially?
I think so.
What time did Soup go classic that game?
Let's see. 4:38. Maybe a little bit slow. Not terrible. Now I think, Reifman, your mic is like a little too loud, or something.
Huh? The distance I'm moving it in and out isn't that drastic, so.
It was a little bit. All right. Game 2 went to Nullus. Quick 2-0 in this best of 5, or best of 7, I mean.
I thought you said best of 5. It is best of 7?
Cameron, and I trust his judgment, said it is a best of 7. So I guess we'll find out when somebody wins 3.
So that's good. Plenty of time for Soup to come back.
All right. Well, these guys are tricksters here in this next game. Because we've got Soup going with Kronos. So I thought we were done with Atlantean after the first game. But no, we've had 3 Atlanteans in 3 straight games. We're playing on Anatolia. I'm feeling like this should be, unless this is another preset map, which I don't think it is. This is a Soup home map. And apparently he must have had something ready for Kronos on Medit, or on Anatolia, because this is what we've got, is Anatolia.
First I was nervous and assumed Oranos and was thinking, why would you choose Oranos on this map? It's not really a great Atlantean map, but he did go Kronos, which with the deconstruct allowing you to potentially, because your opponent trying to dock both sides is going to be thin on docks, which makes the deconstruct even stronger here, and almost allows the Kronos to win water on one side by default with the deconstruct pressure.
And we've got, what was it? Yeah, it's a Zeus for Nullus.
A good god for the map, but
here comes the deconstruct. Can he get line of sight? Yeah, got line of sight. Slow down a little bit. Rebuild that dock. There she goes. Let's see if that really slows down boat production much. Yeah, Nullus is at 75 wood. So that'll be a little bit of a slowdown on his boat. We'll lose an oracle for that, so we'll be forced to make another oracle. What do you think of this matchup of Zeus versus Kronos on Anatolia?
I think it comes down to how well the Kronos applies that early pressure and how quickly they can cleanly win one side of the water. I think if the Kronos can win one side of the water clean immediately and then pressure the other side with boat fighting, then I think it works out well for the Kronos. If the Kronos doesn't have proper timings or deconstruct usage and doesn't win one side of the water by default, then I favor the Zeus.
What do you think of this second dock here, this placement by Nullus?
I mean, I generally go to the other side for my second dock, but if the Vil was already there, that's the other thing. The Vil didn't really get started going because the Vil had to rebuild the dock a second time, so it's not like the Vil had gone back home or started gathering resources. So is he gonna go for 3? Oh, okay. 3 docks, yeah. The other thing, if the Vil's there with the scout, he can potentially try to deny Suppe from docking on that side. Thing is, with 3 docks and now going 4 docks, I expect a fairly late classic time from Nullus, given the 4 docks plus the delayed deconstruct on the first dock, also slowing ship production. So Suppe's going to have a decent window here.
Doesn't even have the wood to even like remotely build this dock.
That's also a lot of idle time because you've got 2 Vils not gathering as well.
She is just confused. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this.
I don't think this is the ideal way to play Zeus.
Because look at the timing here. We already have Prometheus coming, and Nullus is not close at all. The manual heroizing of the Oracle. You could finish this. Okay, force out a bolt. Build another one. Oh, this is sneaking in a dock here. You could have probably prevented this. She is gonna walk all the way to a storehouse.
Where did the scout go?
I think it got. Oh, he's up here for some unknown reason.
Yeah, this scout Vil deny on that dock there should have been the play. I don't know why the scout went over there.
Temple could have been a little bit more forward here. Oh, he's trying to get it in with his villager. So he's got to make 2. Yeah. This is going to be, this top side of the water is going to be won by a Suppe. I mean, you can just put the dock here just to force some level of pressure from the Kronos. The way I see it, it's against a Kronos, you cannot have a presence on both water. There's no way to stay on both sides. I don't necessarily have a problem with this. It's just the dock order and how slow this advances.
You don't want to
bit out of.
I think that's 50 wasted wood with that fishing ship.
He really wants to get this other dock in. Yeah, I gotta lose a villager.
This is the thing. Suppe is going hard water on the other side. If you look at bottom, he's going to be making all his ships on that side to knock Nullus off water there. He's got full control of the top. All he's got to do is kill one of the docks.
Yeah. Yeah, what I would say here is that Nullus has put a little too much onto
He's still
this
making
side.
ships on this side. Like, you're about to lose one dock and he can deconstruct the other, and then you're fully
Yeah,
off the water, so he's just made 150 wood of fishing ships for nothing.
yeah, he's got what, 4? Wow, yeah, this is a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
fishing
4.
ships. Yeah,
I also think
because
Soup should just deconstruct that second dock and be done with that side of water. Like, don't let him get
yeah,
ships out.
I imagine he's going to as soon as he kills this dock. I'll finish the dock off.
See, Nullus has made 5 ships here, or Soup has made 5 ships on top when he literally needed, like, 1.
Okay, finish this one off. Deconstruct this. A lot of boats though. A lot of boats in response by Soup. Well, now that he's made this
Sniping the
many,
Minnow, which I like.
yeah, yeah, and the hero. Looks like too. Yeah, this hero is kind of.
That's an auto queue mess up by Nullus. There's no way he
meant to make that many.
just snipe the villain, deconstruct.
Yeah, get her, get her, get her, get her. Oh, she survives. Well, I guess the dock survives. Yeah, this is just Nullus put
You
too
win
much.
top by default. Like, you don't need to make 8 ships.
Yeah, yeah. This is, I mean, there's kind of two sides to it. I mean, the more resources Nullus puts in this, the more Soup has to put in to defend. In my opinion, both players have put too much in the end. Soup could have won this with half the boats.
It's worse for Soup. As bad as Nullus making those 5 fishing ships for 0 reason, Soup made literally 12 boats when he didn't need to make more than 1.
Yeah, he maybe 2 or 3 boats max. But yeah, this is a lot of extra boats. So we've kind of ignored this bottom.
Soup should have won bottom, or at least be fighting bottom. The fact that Soup needed to commit that much resources just to win top when he should have won top by default is not looking good for Soup as this game goes on.
Yeah, a lot of resources put in. I mean, we still had a lot of resources put in by Nullus, though. I mean, he built 3 docks, 5 fishing ships, a couple arrow ships, also had lost 2 villagers trying to do this. So there was a lot of resources kind of put into this by both sides. And in the end, Soup looks like he's not even really trying. He made a few early boats that we kind of saw on the mini-map that died. And now we're transitioning into an early town center.
I do like the early second TC, but again, I think 100% Soup should be fighting and potentially winning the bottom water, not
Nice
completely. Did something just pop out? Yeah.
Yep, he's got.
That's the other thing. Here. Only setting up 1 dock. You should have 2 docks bottom, like to contest it.
Yeah. Oh, we've got these. If we these boats could probably kill the hoplites here. There we go. And instantly noticed by Nullus. There is a question in chat, which is a good question. So Nullus went up Athena. Do you go up Athena here, or do you go up Ceasefire? What really is the better play?
I think you always go up Athena because it allows you to win water. Gives huge value in allowing you to win water.
You just mean the resto.
Yeah.
On the flip side, though,
Ceasefire against Atlanteans, unless you use it late, it generally almost creates negative value because during the minute that it's active, the Atlantean can make more units than you.
Yeah. So there's a little timing here. Nullus has an army and Soup does not, but you maybe should not be losing your hoplites and all of your Toxotes here. A little bit of a miss micro here from Nullus for this fight, where, yeah. Okay.
And the hero not having the second hero out, the Jason not attacking. I mean, that fight just went as well as it could have for Soup.
Yeah, so repelled. Yeah, you kind of need Odysseus to do it.
Now Soup's raiding and picking fishing ships. He's using his speed advantage. He forced out a commitment from Nullus, so I do like the secondary pressure from Soup.
These boats are all gonna kind of melt here though pretty quickly. Do we
run
have
away and try to snipe?
Do we have
Soup also did a good job shifting a dock on the top side, so he's fishing the whole length since he got control.
Yeah, I like. Oh man, again, no Odysseus is really hurting Nullus here. Because of all these, I mean, yeah, these hoplites can't really do anything because there's just too many. I guess they can run on the hero. Get out. Get back.
Just getting a little too aggressive here.
These hoplites and stuff might start disappearing here pretty quickly. Here comes Odysseus.
This reminds me of the first game of the series where you've got the Greek down a TC fighting against the higher population Atlantean army, and it just is not going to go well for the Greek.
Yeah,
the Atlantean can outproduce you, and he's going to get better trade efficiency if he's up 2 TCs to 1.
Keep sending units into their doom. One thing that I did notice is that we had per sign for Suppe, or for Nullus. No per sign for Suppe, and that is a huge upgrade. If you look
I'm pretty
at
sure Suppe got like the tier 2 wood upgrade too,
100%.
like wood gathering, so he's teched heavily on eco upgrades, but
Yeah, he did. He just forgot
yeah.
per sign. That's, I mean, that's 30% gather rate on all your fishing ships. That's pretty big.
It's also big on hitting the heroic timing, which you want to hit.
Still got, I mean, he's still 130 pop, and almost heroic.
You want to take these fights here if you're the Kronos, because you're up to 15 pop.
Yeah. I would like to see a few Hippocon. Where are these Toxotes going? A few Hippocon, there we go, to run at the... Okay, there's the Resto. Really, he is probably going to end up winning that fight in the end anyway.
A lot of low HP units for Suppe, I think, so he's got to run all the way back to his base here.
Yeah, there are a lot. But he's going up H3 Hyperion. Hyperion. No Rhea. Hyperion won't give a lot of value right now because there's no myth unit to convert. Maybe should have retreated a little bit more if you're Suppe here to get underneath the buildings. Yeah. But sneaking a third town center. Will he get it? We have a second town center grabbed by Nullus. We still don't have per sign. I wonder if you'll notice once he reaches heroic age. There could be a gold starve here for Nullus because the gold is not overall very generous.
Suppe's been on that gold for, although I think Nullus has line of sight.
You can't do this. You
Ooh,
can't. There's
that's
the
a
chaos. Yeah.
That chaos is gonna help save him. And yeah.
Well,
that's...
you. Ooh, yeah.
This is really good for Suppe.
Yes. If Nullus would have had the realization that there's...
Oh wait, there isn't line of sight there. That was just a building.
Yeah, he does not know that they're there.
So I say Suppe's been on that gold for a
now.
while, so even if he gets knocked off it, he got a lot of nice additional gold. Plus he's heroic, and that third TC is gonna get go up.
Out. Yeah. Again, you send you kind of always have to have something monitoring town centers, just so you know that they're being built. Because
if you've got the army that you're diving a TC, there's no reason that your opponent should be getting their third TC for free.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So yeah, failed dive. Town center gets grabbed. No pressure put on to the gold mine here, which he didn't know about. The citizens were here, but again, a lot of RTS and making proper decisions is based on having the knowledge to make those decisions. And certainly there's a world where Nullus could have, had line of sight of this, had line of sight of that.
I don't like this palace attack either. Like, you're down 3 TCs to 2. I don't think you can push. Although he's catching
only 2,000 hit points.
Suppe's a bit out of position. Like,
yeah,
I don't know where Suppe's army's been.
The 2,000 hit point palaces do go down pretty quick. And if he gets that palace down before the villagers get through it, they're all trapped. They should have gone through. Yeah, ooh. This is...
Where is Suppe's army?
Right here. Yeah, he's at full pop, but doesn't have... His army's kind of slow to come over here. And, oh wow. The citizens do in the end get away somehow, some way. Only losing 1 citizen.
Suppe's still on the 3 TCs though, and he's got the techs, and Nullus is still classic, so I still like Soup's position here.
Oh, no fishing upgrades. That's a lot of food that you would like to have as a player that's making a lot of hoplites. Now, I have to say, though, now that these hoplites are all here and the Arcus are here, Nullus has to get out. This is probably not a fight he should take.
This is awesome for Soup because he's got the heroic units.
Yeah,
and he's got the unit advantage.
Still,
and this is causing Nullus to need to remake his units, which is going to further delay the heroic time, which is going to make Nullus fall further behind in tech as well. So
the Greek units, though, are so strong. Like, it didn't seem like there'd be any way that Nullus would kind of win that fight. I mean, it was to some extent kind of mutual destruction, but he takes the fight in the end.
Soup's got fortified TC coming, which I absolutely love.
Yeah. It looks like Suppe is kind of going in on the heroic age spam, kind of like Nullus did in the first game. And now we've got a point where we got full hit point units against army that's already half dead, and now Nullus is kind of losing a lot of units, and they're kind of going off to no man's land here.
Nullus, if he doesn't get heroic soon, might get gold starved if Soup can knock him off.
Yeah.
Soup presses forward instead of chasing here, he'd be knocking Nullus. Yeah, there we go.
Yep, coming forward on the gold mine.
He can knock Nullus off half his gold.
A few fire ships coming out.
I like that. If your opponent isn't paying attention, 1 or 2 ships can do so much damage to your food eco on water at this point of the game.
I'm trying to get this. Gotta repair it.
I almost would have loved to see a double palace masons to at least lock up a gold for Soup here.
Will the army get here in time to... This is a lot of downtime for these citizens repairing.
And he's out of gold.
The palace will stay up. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 1 citizen, 2 down, 3, 4.
The Arcus kind of attacks slow because they overkill a lot, so...
Yeah, okay, in the end. This was really good pressure right here by Nullus. This, as bad as kind of losing this army was up here, which, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was rough.
Nullus is just on that 1 gold, though, that they're fighting on top of at the moment. He does still have some in his base.
Random Mermillo raid. But yeah, this was a really good turn for Nullus here. He's just still way behind. But some of Soup's score is the fact that he has 2,000 wood in his bank. And that's why his score is looking really good. Still no water upgrades.
I still like Soup's position, but the wild card's the Underworld. It's just one of, if not the strongest god powers in the game, so at least Nullus has that in his back pocket still.
Yeah, Zeus Underworld. Not a good fight here, Yeah, that's a lot of units lost right before the Underworld, too. Right before the Underworld. We have Fortified Town Center with Masons. Masons, a very important upgrade to get against Zeus. It protects so much from the hoplite damage. And we have a Pegasus. I would assume looking for...
A lot of idle units for Soup here.
We have
Put
2
him in
Pegasus.
this micro. Does notice though.
Yeah. I think the Arcus were shooting at a bit. Yeah.
That villager is a hero.
Yeah, she went wandering this way and forced the Arcus to come all the way down. And we do have our Satyr up here. There's not enough units for Nullus, I think, for this. Yeah. Okay. All back. A little bit of a raid here. Nullus is going to be gold block now.
Yeah, he's sitting on 20 gold.
This 1 Mermillo here is
Soup is just, putting pressure all over the place, which is really nice play from Soup. He's not just sitting back and taking 1 fight, he's trying to pressure Nullus all over the map. I think even on water, like, look at Soup's water pressure as well.
Yeah, I don't know if Nullus has really noticed. And Soup's aging up Atlas here. He's just so far ahead. Earlier second town center. More economy. Manticore down here killing citizens.
Hero Citizen going back in to be a hero.
Oh man, got that one though. He was shooting at this one and the damage hit the other one.
Wait, the Hero
Nope.
Citizen's not fighting.
Nope, just wandering back. Nice chaos here to get on the mana core. We have some mana core spam because Nullus is feeling the burn of no gold, and he might just call it here pretty quickly because he is out of gold. And we at least will not see a sweep. So yeah, out of gold. Looks like
Still didn't love the early game for Suppe, but the second TC into taking good fights kind of paid off.
yeah, I mean, yeah, Nullus put a lot into this trying to stay on this water. So while Suppe overbuilt boats, Nullus also wasted a lot of resources as well. I think he's looking at, I don't know what he's looking at here. He could get a good special in on all those. Yeah, that did quite a bit of damage to all those Arcus. Mana Core can rain down hell on all these Arcus here. But here is Atlas. There's almost like no place to use Implode because there's no army to kill. Oh man, these Mana Core. No, they shred Arcus.
Still not that nervous, but yeah, not a great fight there for Suppe.
Is this the same Vermillo? I don't know how it could be, but there's been a Vermillo in here for so long. Here comes little Blobby. Argus, the most non-Asia mythology myth unit. Poor little guy. He deserved better. He's
He's just got to push here and end it. Like, he's so far ahead, you just need to end this and not let the Zeus stabilize on 3 TCs, especially with Underworld still in his pocket.
Oh man, he's time shifting this palace away.
I think that, yeah, the gold's gone, so hey, he had his timing right.
Attack! He could kill this palace. It's so close to being dead. There's only 460 hit points. Oh man, because when they're getting time shifted, they have almost no pierce armor. I don't even know where he's moving it to. Okay, up here for your double palace. Yeah, he could have killed that palace there. Look at all these techs coming in. Heavy Kiro, champion infantry, carrier pigeons. That'll be the one. Yeah, Phil, I've talked about that too, where it would be cool to see, even if it has no effect in the game, to see like how many units each individual unit has killed. I'm kind of a stat guy. Stuff like that would be interesting. Whether or not it actually gives the unit buffs would be maybe a bit out of the Age of Mythology scope. But I could see it used like for a specific unique like myth unit. Like the more, I mean, you kind of have that for the Hydra in a way, but not really. That's a cool idea, whereas a myth unit kills more units, like each one gives it like a incremental small buff. That'd be cool. Maybe the Argus with 11 hit points left gets one last swat on the villager and then dies its blobby death. You might as well maybe just implode this. So we still have implode sitting around here somewhere.
I feel like Suppe's playing with his food at this point.
Hey, there he goes. Total Annihilation had that, huh? We still had a Valor? This Vermillo is hating life right now. He spotted to this little cliff face that just can't do anything. And oh, we gotta watch Implode. Implode is a cool god power, and oh, we don't even get to see it go off. All right, there we go. Suppe says, "Not today am I getting swept." In the end, got a pretty dominating win by Kronos here against a Zeus, and maybe a result that maybe players would not quite expect. Because Zeus is kind of seen as a pretty strong god, really, in all situations. But I do like the Kronos on Anatolia. It's hard to keep up on the water.
thought the water was kind of misplayed by Suppe early. He could have won that side much cleaner and contested the other side much harder. But I think where it went wrong is Nullus kind of went pressure into Suppe's 2TC and kind of didn't get hit home with that pressure. I think if Nullus goes 2TC there instead, he might be in a much better spot.
Yeah, well, he's what, 9 minutes, 3 minutes behind on the town center grab. And yes, as you said, went for the early pressure and didn't get any value out of it. So good game.
I mean, even just knocking Suppe off the gold there instead of diving the back TC or denying the third TC while also knocking him off the gold there, that could have changed the game. Instead, he kind of dove that back TC and ended up just doing nothing for 5 minutes as a result.
All right.
I'm glad we got a Suppe win. That'll make it a series going forward.
Yeah, you are not gonna see a sweep. Uh-oh, it's time for Passy for baby. Hey, you must be a Nullus fan. It's okay, it's just one game. Hopefully he will go back to sleep. He should go back to sleep. Maybe. There you go. The old Passy does magic. Alrighty. Get on to the next game here. Recorded game number 4. So this should be a Nullus map choice. Boy, with Kronos out of the way for Nullus, do you pick Medit? So Nullus doesn't have to worry about a Kronos.
He declares the map first, and then we get the god. So the problem, I think, if you pick... All right, you called it, JJ?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
My thought, though, was if you pick Medit, though, you're just going to get the Greek mirror, which would be a coin flip.
I would say, and it appears that Suppe would maybe agree with me, is that Nullus has the better Greek. So it appears that Suppe did not think it would be a coin flip. However, Gaia is a little bit underappreciated overall, and I would say on Medit. So I see strength-wise on Medit for the Atlanteans, Gaia's better than Oranos unless there is heavy pressure put onto the gold mine by the early Greek heroes. Gaia beats Zeus straight up on water, I think.
The problem is the hero pressure, though, with the resto. If you've ever watched Ulysses play this matchup as Zeus, I literally just want to uninstall the game, and that the way he plays it with the hero pressure, harassment early, perfect build timing, able to defend water, plus do the hero pressure, and then once you finally almost kill the heroes, he then just brings the heroes to water and restos both the heroes to full HP plus his boats, and it's just there's... The value there is just so insane, and combined with the early pressure from the heroes, it's just GG in 8 minutes and auto win for Greek. It's just kind of disgusting.
So it's not a terrible gold mine placement for Suppe. It's not on the front, but there is an opening through these trees, which if he wants to be safe, he can just wall it and give him some extra time. But that is resources put into a wall that may not be needed. But otherwise, so yeah, you have the restoration, which is really strong for the Zeus, but along with the Gaia being a little underappreciated, the other thing that's a little bit underappreciated as well is a well-used Carnivora on water maps. The Carnivora should always insta-kill, as long as you use it right. The Carnivore should always get an insta-kill, and then will also tank whatever, what is it, 500 hit points worth of damage, which you could...
Zeus's will bolt it. Good Zeus's bolt it.
You have one. but you still have 2 more Carnivora. So Zeus is able to kind of not lose right away, because that early boat spam with the Carnivora for Gaia is super oppressive right away. So yeah, the bolt, the initial Carnivora, the heroes onto the gold mine is Zeus's way to win this. Look at all these pigs. Man. Run along home. But we'll see. We'll see. It takes a little bit of time for the hero pressure to come into play, but it's so much value because there's just nothing. I mean, you could even heroize all 3 oracles and maybe do some fighting back, but it is tough. So tough. You also have, going up Oceanus, you have the Caladria, who heals ships, and she has a very fast heal rate. Again, another little bit of an underappreciated part of the kit. There we go. Oh, you notice. That's kind of impressive, actually. The villager was stuck. We haven't age up yet, do we? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing to be able to see. All right, 40, 50% up, and whoa. Why is so slow? A 512? And he's housed. Do you understand this?
Not really, but the only thing.
Man, now your mic is a little quiet again.
All right, we're close.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't think I've seen this, but it's almost like he's going for a 3-dock boom strat instead of just trying to win the early pressure war, which I think will be interesting. Like I said, I don't think you can win the early pressure war. Like I spent the first minute of the game talking about, if the Zeus plays it perfectly, you literally can't win. So I'm actually liking this strat because at least it gives them a chance to try something different. So we'll have to see how it plays out. And that temple forest placement is also absolutely brilliant. Like nice. You've talked about the commitment to walling that off, and he did it for free.
All right, can we? You're gonna hate me. Now it's too close. Just a little bit. It has that kind of reverberation. We would find like a happy.
I just need to get a new mic.
Happy. Not to be picky, but we need the best for the viewers as we see this initial pressure coming in, and we do have a triple dock spam. Triple dock. I would rather just see the standard 430 here, because you pop out, use Carnivora, it gets bolted. This delays kind of the second Carnivora appearance. You'd rather try to use that first Carnivora kind of as early as you can, because it's just going to get bolted, which then gets that second and third Carnivora sooner. Yep, here come the heroes. This is danger. They're just going to ignore this and just walk right down through. Now, there is this other gold mine down here, which is really a generous gold mine for Medit. Like really, he can probably just walk these 3 to this gold mine and be okay. Get his trees built here. The Oracle comes out. He trained an Oracle to try to heroize it. At this point, you just run them. We do have the pop out here. Forces the boats back away from the dock. Just go to this gold mine. It's right here.
What do you think of Nullus killing the manor instead of focusing the vills?
Yeah, I'd rather they be on the vills.
He just lost his Jason for nothing.
Yeah.
This is kind of a huge misplay by Nullus.
Yeah. I don't know why you would even value killing the manor there. I mean, what is it? What's the point? So it just kind of delayed the attack on the villagers, which now we have the watchtower upgrade. We had a carnivore and a bolt get used. Got to stay back. So
what does Suppe have for eco upgrades? Because that's going to be the key here. I think his 3-dock strat. Yeah, so this is what I thought Suppe's strategy was going to be, to go 3-dock and try to outlast him, essentially.
Soup probably needs to stay back a little bit here until the Carnivora is about ready to come back. So our Carnivora has a minute left. So Soup should be staying way back, trying not to lose these boats. Ooh, Nullus should not be going back.
A little surprised Soup is so far behind on the boat count.
Ooh, Nullus. I would, if I were Nullus, he could have pinched these into just.
I'd also like to see Soup use his
one
speed a
spot.
bit more and try to like isolate and
Oh,
pick
come over
off
here.
boats.
Just come and get these. They are alone. There we go. Now we got this little pinch. We still have restoration too. You got to think it's coming right here. Yep. Yeah, nice little pinch here. These boats kind of caught in the corner. And this is a very big win for Nullus right here. Because now all of this extra economy that Soup has is just kind of useless.
And Soup has pulled the plug on water.
No more water units.
Is that Soup going for a second TC, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Does he have any military out to defend it against potential harassment?
He's got oracles, it looks like, is what he's thinking. The scout? Yep, the scout looks like it's coming over to find out. Ooh, the Carnivora used on the town center. This is good because the hero, at least Odysseus, is way down now. I think the other ones died.
Jason? Is
He's
he
gonna come out.
Oh yeah, he's back home. And the Vils can just kill it.
Yeah, the Vils do. I think Vils might actually get attack bonus. Yeah, plus 100% versus a Carnivora for some random reason.
Nullus, I think, kind of overcommitted water there a little. I think he was afraid Soup would continue
He's got
production.
the monkeys. Got the relic monkeys. Oh, I kind of want him to win.
I feel like Soup here needs to be taking both his TCs.
I don't know how he's gonna do that. Got Odysseus and Jerry the Minotaur over here. Got Nullus taking.
Yeah, because if Nullus goes 3 TCs plus water,
Look out. That Gaia Eco, not looking so good. You seem a little bit enamored with this 3-dock Eco strat. I just think it's stupid.
I don't feel like he fully committed to it. Like, I don't know. I feel like his boat numbers should have been better than they were, especially since the land pressure kind of fluked by killing the manor.
I think it's just dumb. I don't know why you would do that instead of just your more standard 430.
Well, I think your 430s and auto lose against the
No.
hero pressure.
No. I think the 430 allows you to have a much closer fight on the water and potentially winning. It's just the Carnivora. You never get any advantage out of that Carnivora because you pop your boats out so late. It dies from bolt, and then by the time you want to get a second one out, the restoration's already been used and you're probably dead on water. So I don't know. Not overall a fan of that decision, but it was a decision nonetheless. And now Soup is trying to grab the second town center, and he's sending a villager that's almost dead over here, and we'll meet the Minotaur, who will probably die here. Yeah, and we could probably maybe just send 2 different citizens over. Yeah, there we go. Do have some pressure up here.
What's the win condition for the guy here? Like a behemoth timing? I think behemoth timing's the only thing I could see.
Because I mean, if you get to heroic when the Greek gets to, or if you're mythic along with the Zeus, you can't win. So yeah, I think so. I think you just gotta try to win with some sort of weird behemoth timing. These guys better not follow Jason too long, or the triremes will. There we go. Yeah, you got to pressure. Hey, Starkle, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. We are watching Game 4 of a series that happened earlier. Nice little pressure here.
That was the second or third TC of Soup looking. Did it just...
Pretty good.
Okay,
There's no pressure coming on this side. Not at all. Okay, now don't be distracted by these buildings. Come up here. Don't be distracted. Whoa! It's listening. There's a very big temptation to just stay here and kill these buildings. He's going to come up here. There is a hole in this wall. Folks, there is a hole. This is good pressure here from the Gaia right here. This is very good. Now there might though eventually be enough units to defend this, but this is a lot of idle time.
Water eco, the Zeus
Correct.
is just so far ahead on eco.
But good slowdown here.
My concern here, though, is Soup's committing a lot of units to this classic pressure, which isn't going to win him it. He's not going to, like, kill anything or get an advantage in the long term. I think he's...
Well, he just wants to slow down. His goal here is likely to reach Heroic Age first. Losing this entire army is a little bit of a bummer. It seemed like Soup kind of stopped the army production there for a little bit, and so he wasn't able to send more reinforcements. Why does Nullus not make more fishing boats? The problem is that these far fish aren't efficient, so it's kind of a waste of population space. Before 145, 145 is probably okay, but once you're maxed, the fishing on these further fishing ships just isn't worth it. And now the Gaia needs to step back and get Heroic Age. I don't know if he's close to.
This is unfortunately over. The water plus 3 TC. Zeus is just way too strong.
Yeah, he's at 110 population. I mean, this Kira Ballista, though, without any cavalry, are doing some work here. And it looks like we kind of turned the button off on building units as Nullus, so we will see a little bit of pressure again from Soup here, but he seems to be kind of hard stuck in. Sorry, Starko, I don't have that. Kira Ballista, let's see. They do well. So he hit and did about 40 damage there, it looked like. They get an attack bonus. Plus 200% damage. So for each bullet would do 12. And what does it shoot? 4? Now normally all 4 won't hit, but they might hit a boat because boats are so big. What for? Uh-oh. Oh no. This was a really good pop out here. He really baited Soup into going too far forward. And
that's the second time he's done it, so those buildings paid off tenfold for getting him up there.
Army is going to disappear. These Kira Ballista are so expensive. That's a lot of units he's losing here for the price of not too much by Nullus, but still Nullus doesn't quite have enough units though. Overall, these medium or Millo are doing some work. Just hated to lose all those Kira Ballista like that, but now the kind of full-on Atlantean spam here is doing a little bit of work here. Yeah, these forward walls. Uh-oh. Yeah, you get some... Oh, she's gonna die. Oh, no, we can't. We can't watch. Yeah, we can. We have another Minotaur. I mean, 2 Minotaurs got trained and kind of killed here. I do like this pressure here, these forward buildings from Soup. Oceanus, does he have Bite of the Shark? He does. This is such a good upgrade. Bite of the Shark This is something a lot of players don't realize. Plus 150% Hero Murmillo damage. It makes Hero Murmillo's myth unit killers. Now you have to have a Hero Murmillo. Here he is. To use it. But look how much damage one Hero Murmillo does here. Well, attack him. That's a lot for just a common unit. Here comes another Minotaur the wrong way. And Soup is being, or not Soup, Nullus is being a little bit careless.
He's lost quite a few vills, like, that he didn't need to lose.
Well,
wait, is that a tower from Soup?
Yeah, he's going for
that
tower
I love.
rush. This is some good pressure from Soup here. I like it. Now there's still this little issue of kind of the reinforcements are kind of getting picked off. But yeah, the pressure onto this gold mine is forced idle time. Now we still have this gold mine here and this gold mine down here, so it's not the end of the world. But certainly overall,
I want to see more towers and protection. You've got to do something to get trades like efficiently in your favor because you're so far behind on eco after losing water that you've got to do something to tilt the balance in the game.
Look at the monkey going. Uh-oh. No, it seems like Soup is kind of run out of economy a little bit because he is not training units. Does he have his eco upgrades? Okay, he does. Almost. Well, he doesn't have a lot of wood. So why is he so far down on population right now?
I think because they've just been slugging it out, and Nullus has the one Soup I don't think has any hero vills at this point, so he's playing down few vills from the max Atlantean economy versus the full 80 for the Greek, and 2 it's the full 80 for the Greek plus the 13 fishing ships on water. So I think Nullus just has like a 25% higher or more than 25% higher eco, so if they're trading units out, the player with the better eco is going to win over time.
Hero Murmillo, not Hero Terma. I tell you what though, this Bite of the Shark upgrade, the Murmillo have 2 more attack than the Hoplite for a unit that's actually slightly cheaper overall, just a little bit. So Bite of the Shark is a big upgrade, very, very important.
I've never seen a Greek
Plus
win water
50%.
this cleanly, go 3 TCs, and then get stuck classic like this, so props for Soup delaying things.
I like this, though, forcing out boats. After he deletes his boats, he's like, you have to make more. This has been well played. The early part, the early strategy, not a huge fan. But the pressure certainly is kind of keeping him in this game. But we've got Nullus is now aged up, right? That was Nullus who aged up. And Soup is still, I think, pretty hard stuck in
I don't see
classical
any hero
age.
vills. Without the hero vills, the Gaia eco just falls behind eventually, even with the upgrades.
Yeah. And right now, the pressure on this side just doesn't give any value. We got an underworld coming in on the bottom. Well, he'll try. You can't underworld where there's Gaia Lush, though, so that does make it hard. He's looking for a spot. This is all lushed out here. He could maybe fit it in this little corner right here. He's looking for it. Is there enough room here? No, there must not be. The other spot is going to be back here. What you can do to prevent this is you can kind of do like an eco guild spam. One here, one here, one here, one here. One here, another here, and then you kind of effectively counter the underworld. So the Pegasus died. Soup is still not aging. Nullus, there he is. So he is going up with Trader. Yeah, Nullus can go up to Mythic pretty quickly here. This is a risky fight for Soup, but yeah, these medium Murmillo with Bite of the Shark, and it looks like he has all of the armory upgrades. These are some stats. The 41% hack armor is pretty impressive. But we'll just... There's nothing to push. Here is the Gaia. I mean, he's not going to kill a fortified town center as Gaia. And the unit mobility is so slow. So we have Rhea is up. Okay, here comes the... Now he's got the Pegasus where it needs to be. Nullus should just fall back and use Underworld.
Do you go Mythic and then Underworld, or do you Underworld now?
He's already Mythic. he just reached Mythic age. Here's the Plenty Vault. There's that. We have an unupgraded town center. Underworld way back here. A little bit of an awkward Underworld positioning, especially with the Colossus wandering away from it. It's like, yo, where am I supposed to go?
Did he just delete it? Oh my gosh.
But well, there is the traitor, so maybe he was worried about it getting traitored and
and killing the Underworld. So,
okay.
All right. Maybe he's smarter than us.
We need Masons as well, though. Masons is big. But here comes...
Not a lot of hops there.
No, there's not. There are not, and the Hermillos will clean up. And here comes Bellerophon. He will finish that. This may be a fail Underworld, though, because these heavy Murmillos with Bite of the Shark do some damage. And if the Murmillo can rush the Underworld here, they need to sit on the Underworld so that the Toxotes can't use their range. There we go. And just get up on it. Make sure you're microing your Terma, though. So you want them on the...
What's the blue dots to the top of the map?
He did a dock.
Okay, get some high-level play from
Yeah,
Suppe
that's
here.
nice. Well, the walls are cute, but you can't just
that
make
one
a transport
Murmel will
ship.
get through there in 10 minutes from now.
Okay, he might deal with this. Where did Bellerophon? Bellerophon died.
Dupe cuts him off from the gold there. He's kind of got map control still. And the Underworld, the most strongest god power in this matchup, is out of the way, if he can finish it off. This pressure, yeah, I love this. That side build could be the difference in the game. He's heavy Arcus, though, which is going to make cleaning up that Underworld take a lot longer, though.
Well, the Underworld does only have 69% Pierce Armor, though. So, that's not bad. Oh, these units are getting a little bit lost. Yeah.
The patch did fix the repair rate on Underworld, correct?
Yes, it still repairs pretty quickly. I don't know if Nullus has enough reinforcements here to make this work yet. Once Bellerophon dies, I would like to see another Behemoth come through. So don't all shoot at him. You're not going to hit him. Jump in, kill. Yeah, we need to... He's going for this side build here. Oh, he's out of economy. So the one downside is sending 3 villagers forward is you do lose out on economy. Okay, here comes the Behemoth right here. Like, I don't know why he's really wants to kill this when he could just pop out on the other side. Oh, see, yeah. Suppe is starting to lose a lot of economy. Like these few, just 5 units here are, this is actually doing a lot of damage here. I mean, this is the equivalent of 12 villagers about to die.
He's also been pushed back from the Underworld, I think.
There was maybe a little bit too much investment in on this, especially given that the gold mine is out anyway. We tradered a Telepolis.
That had been a little lower and he'd been able to snipe it. That would have been...
It's close, but not quite. It's one last valley, and
where's that behemoth that was sitting by the wall?
Up here doing nothing. It has now fought through the wall. That doesn't really matter. But look at Nullus's economy. He does have the Plenty Vault. And he still has 3,000 gold over here, but not a lot of villagers over there, but it's just a little too much damage on Suppe's economy. Suppe also, wow, he's way low on village. Look at Suppe. I think he lost.
He lost
villagers.
a few up top, and he lost some from the Underworld raid, and then he never made any hero vills, which is kind of Gaia's problem. Like, even with all the eco upgrades, you think you got the best eco in the world, but what you don't realize is you're down the 3 hero vills that Oranos and Kronos have, so you're playing down 3 vills unless you start making individual hero vills.
Well, he's lost villagers over like the span of a few minutes, and pretty sure he never retrained them. So yeah, this really, if he would have kept on top of his villagers, he probably holds this. But now it's impossible. Yeah, GG. The monkeys are done. Man, that ended
lasted longer
closer.
than it should have.
Yeah, it did. I mean, really well played overall. Like the land portion of it. Really the big mistake for Suppe was just losing villagers and not retraining them. I'm gonna guess if you can kind of cut out your fishing ships, because there's 3 fishing. How many fishing ships? Yeah. So you made these 4 fishing ships have been out for a while. So I think he reached full pop here and never made another villager after this. So as he's slowly losing villagers and now has 4 fishing ships, he's down to 22 and then keeps losing them. And economically, yeah, never quite got rolling. I mean, this is kind of standard. Atlantic economy will fall off at the end. But that was close. Those bite of the shark.
They traded good, but I don't know if they produced a win condition is the problem. Well, they did get some efficient trades and slowed Nullus down. I don't know if they ever put Nullus in a position where he was going to lose the game per se. It feels like it kind of just delayed things, but never really changed the win condition.
Yeah.
Because you can't push with them is the issue. Like, that's why I think you almost have to go fast heroic as superior instead of the Murmillo trades, because at least once you're heroic with behemoths out, you can threaten to push with the behemoths. Like, one behemoth would have cleaned up those forward buildings that kept splitting up Suppe's army.
Okay, I hope this is not the same one I just
Then again, if you put your foot back to go heroic, then Nullus techs as well, and that could snowball too. So, I mean, bottom line is you're just playing massively behind once you lose the water to the resto.
Yeah, it's a fun game. I wasn't
Greek
a
on
big
this
fan
map
of...
is just broken.
Oh, I did download the same rec, I think. Maybe, we'll see. So that was
You almost need to make like resto impact either water or land and not both.
Okay, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I agree, Kvath. Gaia can do well against... Okay, I downloaded the same rec again. That's kind of annoying. I wish somebody could have gotten me these games. So I'm trying not to be spoiled, so I have to take off my glasses. I can't really see what's going on. Yeah, I did not like Kvath, just the very slow age up into a little bit more of an eco.
Voss, what are your thoughts on Suppe's late classic strategy here versus the standard 430 pressure?
He doesn't like it. I know he doesn't.
We'll ask the Gaia expert.
All right, 3-1. So this is match point now. I thought it was a best of 5. It's a best of 7. And we will go into... see.
Voss suggests a 4 minutes. Okay. That might be the way to go.
Midgard. All right. All right, here we go. Game 5. So Nullus has looked good so far. Close games, but Nullus is just getting the wins in them. And we are now in match point for Suppe picking Midgard. And we have Atlantean again. Here I was thinking like we wouldn't see a whole lot of Atlantean. We have seen Atlantean in every match. Every one. And we've seen at least we've seen all three. We've seen Kronos, we've seen Gaia, we've seen Oranos. But Oranos against Hades for Nullus on Midgard. What do you think, Raifang, about Soup's chances here? Oranos versus Hades.
I generally think I like the Greek and is overall stronger, but the Oranos with the unit spam, if you can like harass the gold mine or the second gold mines are bad, the Oranos can kind of get some land pressure here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think this is the fourth game? Yeah, because it's the fifth one. Right? I got the score up.
Yep, this is game 5.
Should be. Hope it is. So, game 5. Maybe it's not the fifth game.
This is in the Greeks' favor. I think the Greek needs to mess up here to give the Oranos a chance.
Yeah, we can do...
Forward would... I didn't see what his original wood lines looked like, but I'm a little surprised he went for the forward wood line. That's kind of a little...
Yeah, you could pressure that. For sure. Is the Oranos. I mean, the Sentinels aren't really in position. Hey, the wife is up. He's still asleep. Alright, I'm back.
Not a lot going on early.
Yeah, it's...
Bit of a weird wood line to the top for Nullus. Like his
Hold on,
gold is kind of protected, but his TC is isolated as a result.
Getting late night baby instructions over here. Yeah. It's just so hard as Oranos on this map to like get any sort of fish boom going. There's a question. So if like your soup here, if your soup here, why not go Loki? I like Loki on this map. I think Loki, I don't know if there's a whole lot of RNG for just Loki generally, because I mean you're going to get your misspawns eventually. It's not like a Loki 1v1 where sometimes that early Iron Jar makes a huge difference. But he didn't. But yeah, I think this is a good Loki map. I don't know why you wouldn't.
And I don't think it's that great of an Oranos map, so that makes it even a little more confusing.
Yeah, we'll see. You gotta play pretty well, I think, to get win. Yes, Moonkeeps, if you look on my playlist, I have an AOM Classics playlist. And that will be older games where usually we just watch and make fun of the old experts who thought they were good when they were playing inferior. But we were all good back in the day, or we thought we were doing what was best. So it's fun sometimes to watch an old recorded game and see. We're getting in some early pressure on the dock here, which when you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 docks, is there really much point in damage?
I actually kind of like this from Suppe. He wasn't really trying to kill the dock per se. He was trying to hunt for any villagers that were going to continue to expand the docks. That was like his first thing. He looked to make sure the docks weren't going to keep expanding outward, and now he's trying to pressure that dock with the combination land-sea pressure. So
does he kill the Minotaur? I don't think he kills the Minotaur.
It's not like he can really do anything else at this point in the game. With the Sentinels, you're not going to put pressure on the base, so you may as well make sure you can control what you can control.
He could circle all the way around, though. I mean, there's still these wood lines aren't super great for Nullus here. So there's room to pressure.
I think as the Oranos here, you pretty much have to like fake the water pressure, just try to maybe use your speed to harass both sides, and then what you really want to do is get up to that 115 pop land mass and start knocking the Greek opponent off the wood lines in gold and force some idle time. That's kind of your win condition here.
Gotta watch out, might start getting some extra damage here. Yeah, these units have kind of wandered in a little bit too far, but don't want to lose him. Get out. Move. Yeah, you've got him all the way lured in. One benefit on this map is that the speed boost that you get on the boats here is pretty valuable as the Atlantean, just because of how large the water expanse is.
Problem is, it's hard to attack or win water for either player in this matchup, regardless of civs, because the reinforcement distance is just so huge without overcommitting potentially. The dock damage.
Yeah, the extra. I mean, it's even Hades. The Hades docks do extra damage as well because they're Hades. This is a bit of a scary. Oh, he's gonna lose one entire. You probably got a shockwave. Oh wow. Basically losing 2 boats. This
is what you don't want to do in this matchup, is let your opponent get like a critical mass of ships and an advantage.
Yeah, because he's gonna have a hard time fighting this off. And wow, he's just kamikazing ships in. They're not getting any value. Ooh, this is not a good opening for Suppe, and I do question knowing that Suppe is a Norse main. I feel like you gotta go with.
Norse is pretty good on this map too.
Yeah, the land
especially
water.
The early rag potential.
Right, Thor has got a good land water game. Loki with all the fish.
Ooh,
income.
That's a big fight. That's a good fight for
Suppe.
Suppe.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of traded.
Got at least 6 or 7 free kills there, so that's huge.
The monkeys on the dock. I love it. Monkeys are probably so cold. So we'll see. Suppe's got to grab a town center here pretty quickly. And get some pressure. We can see that Nullus just clicked up to Heroic Age, so he is going up with Aphrodite. Underworld on this map, maybe not quite so much value because the landmass is overall pretty small. So flipping the battlefield isn't quite as valuable.
Do both players have Persine?
Hold on, let's see who wins this first. I don't know what he's saving Shockwave for. Oh, there is the resto. Bit of a weak resto. There.
Probably the land fight for gold.
No purse sign. Yes, purse sign. Suppe is missing his purse sign. Oh, this is the pressure that we were talking. It's a lot of villagers. Getting a couple kills here. 2 kills. 3. A shockwave that need not have been used there. He's gonna wish he... Oh. As good as that pressure is, this does more damage, especially if he doesn't notice. And without a shockwave... Oh! Wow. That could have been 3 dead citizens there.
The TC delay still is pretty huge for...
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Chiron up here single-handedly fighting off an army.
Isolating the hero is pretty good because that hero just tanks so much damage, so getting it out of the way is always nice.
There's a world here though where Nullus age 3 could potentially get some pressure on his gold mines and really be hurting, but I don't know if Suppe's going to check it. This will be a nice... Oh. The curse just made those Terma disappear. Oh, wow.
Is a defensive curse though, so...
It is, but that's enough to give you...
And he's picking off the lion. That's huge. That
Yeah.
lion can tank a lot of damage just like the heroes. Don't know where those ballistas are going.
Yeah, wrong way. This is some... Oof. This is some rough army.
This is where the
here.
Suppe not getting Persine's gonna stick him in classic, and classic Oranos versus heroic Greek is not where you want to be.
Yeah, and we can see that Suppe doesn't even really have maxed out fish on any of his fishing spots anymore. He's only got 2 here. He's missing 2 fishing spots here. He's missing another one here, another one there. So is the fish economy, not only does he not have per sign, he's just flat out missing ships now. And he's going to try to go on this hunt, but I hate to tell him, there is an army up on this hunt. And while he does have an army here to defend, we are going to see some more idle time from an already struggling economy. They all slide their fat butts into the town center. Yeah, there's maybe an opportunity here to get some pressure onto that gold mine. We see the town center coming up, and instead we've got the pressure on to Suppe here. This is maybe a little bit too far in for Nullus. Yeah, he's gonna back up here. He's got this army down here, not accomplishing much. There's nothing to hit. But what this pressure does accomplish for him is it's getting him this town center without any issues at all. So sometimes you kind of put the aggression on and lose units. That way you can be happily defensive behind the scenes. Now we do finally have these units coming up here, but we got a tower, and these units can fall back if needed. See the
Would
difference.
like to see the medium upgrade here.
Yeah.
For Suppe.
Yeah, but low hit point units will do what they need to do. And yeah, it's kind of the difference between the medium Murmillo with Bite of the Shark and upgraded Murmillo is pretty impressive. And kind of, yeah, we got
Nullus lost a lot of units here. It's kind of the mistake
He
Suppe
did.
made when he played Hades. Instead of just like jumping Mythic and getting that power spike, he chose to fight Heroic and lost his whole Heroic army, which
These
delays the
monkeys.
Mythic timing by a few minutes.
These poor monkeys, they deserve better. Yeah, there's still the opportunity for a gold starve potential here. Because Nullus just lost his entire army and now has to retrain it without having a lot of gold. But it's just this... The lack of the fishing upgrade and the lack of fish is really going to hurt. And old mate, hello from the United States. Yeah, I'm not in Australia. Do you know Boyd? He's from Australia. What are these villagers going up there for?
Overmade Terma here.
Yeah, the Terma aren't going to get a lot of value. This Achilles will like tank all of this forever. This is not a good fight for Suppe. No, he's got to fall back. Oh, villager dies. You grew up playing shooter games. How in the world did you find Age of Mythology? We're in a tournament here. We're watching a recorded game of two of the best players in Age of Mythology right now. This is match point in this series, and it looks like Nullus, who is winning already, is about to win this game as well. Just Suppe stuck in the classical age with an army that's losing. Isn't doing much to pressure up here. We have the Promethean will kill a villager, and then Chiron will kill the Promethean. And there's still... Ooh. Now Suppe's kind of stuck in a spot where he's got to protect two sides of the map here with a worse army. He might have a hard time. I like the forward build attempt here from the villagers. The monkeys are coming up. Titanfall. I never played Titanfall. And Ajax goes down. This hero citizen does live. Still, because he's got to defend this position now and send all this army here. Can he hold? Oh, it looks like he is for now. What's the fishing situation looking like right now? So he made all these boats. Okay, now he's finally retraining some fishing ships. This should have happened several minutes ago here. Where he's finally retraining. Chiron dies. Did not quite kill the hero citizen. But we are amassing this army against an unrepaired town center. And I'm getting a little worried.
Trying to think. I don't even know what the Oranos really should have done here to... maybe he should have teched Persine himself, and that's kind of the only thing I can think of what the Oranos should have done differently. It's just too hard to pressure and win a water, especially against like the defensive reinforcement distance and resto. So you're not going to knock him off water with the Sentinels in the gold position. You're not going to knock him off gold. So I think Oranos wise, you almost have to tech Persine and just match the initial boom because you're not going to hit home with any pressure.
I just want to know if he's planning on repairing his town center at all.
I think he's focused on resigning.
This game was not... Yeah, there are Titans in this game, too. But yeah, this was just not... This was just not a game point. God choice and performance that you really... that Suppe would see. I don't know why the Atlantean. I don't know why you...
Throughout the whole series, Nullus generally got the more favorable matchups. I'm also kind of shocked that we only saw Suppe's Norris main Civ once in the whole 5-game series, which is a bit surprising. And he lost with it horribly.
Yeah.
He's such a good Norris player too. It just, I don't know.
Oh, the Suicide Squad coming in. I have heard of Apex Legends, but right now we are having the mass execution right here of all of these citizens, and this will be game. This will be it. Nullus will be winning the semifinals here. There it is. Nullus wins the semifinals pretty convincingly, 4-1, and just not the series that Suppe wanted. Not a single Norse win. I was so excited to see some Norse games and see Norse wins, and we didn't see a single Norse win. That's disappointing. We saw some relic monkeys.
It's a bit of a strange kind of off-Civ series.
Yeah, like a player that plays Atlantean by trade could maybe have done something here, maybe have won, but you have Suppe, who is not an Atlantean player by trade, trying to play a map that would be a tougher Atlantean map to play anyway. I don't understand it. Like, why not Norse here? Thor is good. Loki is good. This of all of his god choices really just really confused me. But oh well, it happens. Nullus played really well, though. We can't take anything away from Nullus overall. This was really a well-played series by Nullus. Did what he had to do. Nothing super flashy, nothing super awesome, but got wins with Greek. Let's see. He won with Hades. He won with Zeus. Got a Kronos and an Oranos win. So a lot of Oranos, a lot of Kronos.
Atlantean Greek.
Atlantean Greek, pretty much. So a little disappointing. I thought we would see a little bit more variety here. But still, economically, still pretty close for Huss Suppe. But fish was not where it needed to be. He finally got per sign at the end. Hannibal Barca, good to see you. But that is the end of the series here. The end of the series. Nullus takes it 4-1. Well played by Nullus overall. He will move on to the finals. We will try to get the next semifinals, Chemo versus Ulysses, for you guys at some point. Not now. I'm gonna have to head on off. I got a baby to feed here soon and some stuff to do around the house. But we'll organize. Me and Raifang, hopefully we'll be able to do the other semifinals and then the finals once they are played. So we'll get a little step back from playing games. So thanks for watching, everybody. Even old mate AT, who apparently doesn't know what Age of Mythology is, but still showed up. So appreciate that. Nice to see you, Hannibal Barca. It's been a while. Hope you were doing well. So thanks, Raifang.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Thanks, everybody. I'll catch all of y'all. Have a good rest of your weekend, or if you're watching this later, or whatever day it is, have a great day. And Hannibal Barca, 2 thumbs up. Thank you. So appreciate the kind words, everybody. I do. I have fun doing this. So that's all. Bye.